All right. How we doing? Lifters, lifties. Got a posterior day for you guys today. We're starting with some lying leg curls. The seated one was taken. Not ideal. So, dude, I found these machines to be very light. These matrix plate loaded ones. Like, I usually cannot do 3.5, 4 plates on most of the machines, and most other machines, but these tend to be a lot easier. So, do a couple warm up sets with this lying leg curl. Um, just talking a bit, did a bit of warming up, but nothing crazy. The majority of my warming up here is going to be my warming up for the work sets. So I did a little bit of stretching, but I'm not doing 10 minutes of stretching and 5 minutes of cardio before. For me, I feel like that's a bit unnecessary. If it makes you feel better during the lift, I'm not going to stop. Go for it. I'm going to move that back a little bit. Yeah. So like, honestly, first time I've been at the Crunch Newark in a little while doing hamstring stuff. Because remember, a little meniscus injury that I had um, set me back in my leg training for a couple months. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how many plates I can do here. The machine's fairly light, so let's double the weight. Let's see how this feels. Okay. Uh-oh. I think two more might be a work set. Two more. Two more plates is probably a work set. Maybe closer to a plate in the 25. I don't know if we've entirely been able to progress these to that extent. So, see how do 5 and a 25. All right. That might fall off. Actually, that'll be close. But I think this will be our first true work set, I would say. So 5 plates, 25 here. Again, gonna aim for 6 to 8, but if we get less, we can always drop it for the second set. Um, got a couple talking points I want to talk about throughout this workout. We'll get to them after this work set. Okay. Ew, I do not love that machine. I feel a really big like a lot of tension through that first bit of the range, and then it just shoots up. Like resistance is super high at the start, but the more I complete the rep, the easier it feels. It just kind of shoots up. I'll have to take a look at the footage, but probably two more here. Probably two more. So this is for those who don't know. This is a posterior. So posterior being the back of me. So that'll be my back, hamstrings, triceps, calves. Probably not gonna do calves. I'm not gonna lie. There's like a 0% chance I'm doing calves, but rear delts as well. Don't forget to hit your rear delts directly, man. You want a boulder shoulder, you hit your rear delts, right? All right, I'm gonna we'll drop this to a 10. Drop this to a 10 and we'll go again. Okay. Okay. Good. Maybe just do 5 plates for this last one. All right. So just like that, hamstrings is done. Again, lots of overcomplications with the training. Where, oh, you did your lying, but are you hitting different fibers if you're doing a seated hamstring curl versus a lying? Why are you not doing your hip hinge? Bro, I did my hip hinge last week, bro. Last leg session, I did my hamstring for hip extension. And fucking doing my stiff leg. Like, you don't need to repeat it session on session. So, enough yap. Let's move it back. Let's get some back training going. All right. It's lat pull down time, baby. So, I anticipate 2 sets here. Am I going to hit it, my lats, from both frontal and sagittal region today? Probably not. Because I don't really feel like it, to be honest. Even this one, right? I feel like here's one common mistake I see in a lot of people's pulling, is they'll come too far in here, and then when doing the pull down, weight's a bit heavy, so they're shrugging the weight down to here. And now we're almost pulling in the transverse plane. So now we're working a lot of more traps than you'll want to be working in a normal pull down. So I like to sit just slightly off of it. So instead of having my waist all the way in here, as to where I'm pulling like this, I'm just a slight bit further back. And I've found that to be really helpful. So, I don't know what we're going to do for weight here, man. I think I could full stack this one. Or I was damn close. I could do the other one for like 12. Which, again, is the funny thing about, like, machines as opposed to different kinds of training. But what's 200 feel like? Let's give it. You see, that got heavy real fast. Yeah. Work set might be at like 215, 220. Let's get this work set going. And then, I can't find my straps. You know what? That's something I've been wanting to talk about, dude. In one of these little longer form videos that I've been trying to do lately. Like, dude, if you're not using straps in a big 2025, almost 26, it's damn near almost 2026, dude. I'm trying to work my grit, brother. Trying to work my forearms. Why? Either you have the strongest forearms in the world as to where your back will give out before them, or you know what? I don't even know what else. Like, I see no reason as to why you wouldn't be having some straps on your back. Why would you want your wrists to be the limiting factor? Like, I think if I'm going about this and just say there's a client or whatever, it's, oh, I want to get my grip working, so I'd rather not use straps. I would understand, and I guess look, hey man, like if you don't want to train like that, you don't want to train like that. You know? It's not the biggest deal in the world, but back training, every lifter has 2 lives. They're back training before using straps, and then they're back training after straps. It's a totally different ballgame. Like, it's just the connect. I would say that the most common misconception about the straps is, oh, I feel I'll lose that mind muscle. But in my experience and other people I know's experience, they've actually gained a bit of mind muscle because now they're their grip isn't slowly slipping the more they do their back training. So anyway, enough yap. Let's get to pulling a weight down. That last one might not have been high enough. I'll check the footage out. But definitely one more. Here's one thing about intra workout carbs. I've got this going on just because I haven't eaten anything yet today. But I mean, the real thing is if you're weight training, if you're resistance training, you don't need this. Like, your body isn't being depleted of enough energy to need this. Now, if you're doing a 2.5, 3 hour session, maybe that's a different thing, of like CrossFit or something. That's a totally different ballgame, right? But if you're just going in to slam back and you go, oh, I need my intra workout carbs, you really don't. It's just you're not the activity you're doing is not, your body doesn't need that replenishment of carbs. I don't think we'll say no. It's like I've got mine just because I have yet to eat today. But even then, like my last meal was at almost 10 o'clock last week. So I've still got some of that in my system. Because it was a more carb heavy meal. I'm not going to tell you what it was. It was Wingstop. Not ideal. Hey man, I didn't say that was perfect. Second set. All right. Feel pretty good, man. That feels really, really, really nice. Cool downs. Let's go do upper back. Let's go do upper back row, man. Should be fun. T-bars. Strict. We're not doing no T-bar row was taken. But I think that's one thing. In terms of being able to like over adapt with that stuff, dude. Like I know a lot of people will be like, oh, this one I can only go to this gym. I have to use these machines. Like you can get a good workout anywhere. I think that's what I saw a lot of stuff about, like isometric contractions and stuff. You could literally get a good workout with nothing. Like that's insane. Yeah, dude. It's all about how you want it, right? So upper back rows here. I think the idea with these, and I see a lot of people make this mistake, honestly, me included. I make this mistake a lot where as the load gets heavier, you're doing it right. Our upper arm is flared, and we're pulling like this. But as the weight gets heavier, it gets down here, all that stuff. A lot less elbow flare, again, when doing our transverse rows. When our upper arm's up here, we talked about this last video. Upper arm up here, engaging more of the traps, more a bit of the rear delts. The more your upper arm comes down, the more lats are involved. So, I think main goal is we want to have these upper arms up. So, hey, if you're watching, my arms get like that, like start to come more down, let me know. I don't know how you do that, but reach through the phone, give me a tap on the shoulder. I think I worked up 185 last time I did this machine, but that was sometime in like October, maybe. It's been a while. So, hey, dude. Let's get this down. 110 okay. Considering doing a higher rep set. The boogeyman of words to hear in the science community right now. Ah, crap. I had the weight increment set at the wrong weight. I was wondering why it was so heavy. Definitely going to drop it for the second set. So, dude, I think it's important, like, when you're starting content, like, dude, I'm not perfect. By no means am I perfect. Like, I think my setup on that first set was all wrong. And, I mean, it's definitely disadvantaging me to the fact that these cables are naturally a bit narrower. So even though I can have them out here, they're naturally going to want to keep coming in. So, yeah, this machine's maybe not the best for an upper back row, but hey, man, you make do. So I mean, all the other transverse machines are kind of taken. Oh, total brain fart. Should have done a TNF Smith transverse row. That's why I should be planning these workouts more. Seriously, should be planning these a lot with a lot more consistency. Okay, lots to talk about. That felt infinitely better. So my big problem was my seat was too low, and when the seat's a bit lower, it might be harder to get that kind of not rounding effect, but I find it's easier with a lot of transverse movements where the movement path is coming up. You're rowing up and back toward you instead of just a straight sort of thing. For me, that is a little bit more. It felt better, certainly. So that's good. Do I want to do a set of a sagittal row? Let's find out. We'll do a Gatorade bottle flip. If I get it in 5 flips, then I'll do a sagittal row. Oh, oh. No sagittal row. No sagittal rowing for me. All right. So for the second time, I lied to you guys. We're doing a set of sagittal rows. I don't know. I think this might feel nice. We've got Jen Jim in the house here. I saw her doing a set of sagittal rows. I was like, I feel like I should just one set. You know? Again, training is not that deep, dude. Like, I feel like doing this set of sagittal rows. I'm gonna do it. I'll be recovered enough from an next pull session. Not that deep, dude. All right, Jen's gonna entertain you while I figure out what work set I'm thinking of.
Hey guys, what the fuck is up? I have a little piece of motivation here. What?
Are you doing this weight?
No.
You on?
Alright. Everyone get their lazy freaking asses out of bed. I don't want to hear the excuses. Oh, start tomorrow. Oh, start tomorrow. Oh, start tomorrow. Tomorrow is today. Today is the day that you start and change your life forever. Lock the fuck in. Liam?
You know what? Jen has proved my point. I'm not sure what she was talking about, to be honest. But listen, I saw 55 pounds. That girl can easily do 100 pounds. Easily. This goes out to all female lifters. Train fucking hard. Form can go out the window on your last couple of reps, dude. So just getting a full range here. Now, I'm not going to say that a full range is bad. Not at all. Getting a big stretch here. However, what I have tended to notice, especially with sagittal pulling, if I'm able to keep my chest up while I'm rowing, I've actually found a really good mind-muscle connection there. So I'm going to use the, not sure what this attachment, what are these attachments called again? Which one's this? That's a mag grip. Mag grip. Never been a fan. Never been a big fan, but hey, dude, we'll do it. I don't know what weight we're going to do here, to be honest. Maybe like 165. That should be about right. That should be a good 6 to 8 rep work set. Oof. 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 God damn. Okay. Back is done. Back is done. So what we have left is triceps and calves. Not doing calves. Let's get some JM press going. Weight wise here, this might be heavy. But just because I did chest yesterday, chest and delts, so they're both pretty sore. And this is a compound movement. I do want those working a little bit. So we might be a little disadvantaged here, but hey, dude, we ball out. We ball out. Shit, dude. That was a little heavy. I think second set will be a big back off. A big back off. Definitely felt a good connection with triceps there, but I want to elevate it a little bit. Okay, that's good. Let's look back at those. I think, as much as I was yapping about upper arm and shit, sometimes it's good to be, what's the right word? Self-reflective. Because, like, I'll look back at those sets. I think they'll have been good enough, but form for me, and I think for a lot of people, is always something that you just forever got to be working at. Like, very rarely do you see someone who has mastered both the art of moving heavy weight into which they're hitting failure with essentially perfect form throughout. It's just like you don't see that. So, again, that's what your goal should be, but it's not where I'm at. Possibly the final exercise for today, rope extension. Okay. Final exercise for today, rope extensions. We're going to do these bilaterally. No, probably not the most optimal. Probably not the most optimal exercise. You actually want to be doing a single arm unilateral cuffed extension with a seatbelt. But I'm gonna do these. I've been finding a pretty good mind muscle with them lately. So. This is a heavy stack, man. Who the fuck is doing 200 pounds on both push down? Or any push down, to be honest with you. That's absolutely absurd. Plus, with the single, it's a single cable. Most of these are usually single cable. Yeah, this is a. If you don't know anything about pulleys, because this is connected directly to the stack, it's even heavier. So then you look at something like, let's just say, look at all the other cables. Notice how it's actually a double cable. So it's not actually whatever this thing says 40 pounds, right? It's divided by 2 because there's 2 cables. So because this cable is it's just a single, and it's directly attached to the stack, even heavier. Not by much. I mean, like, you still be able to move it. Yeah, it should be right there. We got like 70 on here. 65, 70. Okay. 5 is good. Uh, one more. This time with 50. I'm gonna go a lot lighter. Oh shit! Forgot I gotta do rear delts. Guys, how could I almost forget rear delts? Amateur. It's amateur hour. I'm gonna do rear delts. That felt good though. That actually felt really nice. Alright, we've linked back up with Jen. I can't believe I almost forgot rear delts, dude. I'm a total rear delt propagandist. So to not be doing rear delts, or to have almost forgot, shows I gotta lock in, dude. This thing is at the full stack, so that's not gonna happen. Only doing one set here. It's Jen's turn. Let's observe this set of rear delts, ladies and gents. Actually, you guys sit there. I'm gonna recover right here. Does she know that the pin's not stacked? Does that make it heavier? Maybe she knows something I don't. Is that not supposed to be in the pin? Is that thing not supposed to be pin? Does it make it heavier? The pin?
it makes it.
Oh, interesting. Feeling good today.
Don't skip your leg day though. I hate it. We hate it out here, but we still do it. You can't skip out on a leg day.
Don't get me started on leg day skippers, dude. Don't even get me started on leg day skippers. I'll lose my mind. Anyway, dude, that's it. That's posterior day. Very, very simple stuff, man. Very, very simple. Let's go debrief and pose down. Okay. So that was the lift, guys. Let's get some quick poses in, and then we'll maybe there's one thing I want to talk about. There's one thing I want to talk about. and we'll do that after the posing. But tank on, and then we'll get to the meat and potatoes. Triceps are feeling pretty full today. All right, this is the real stuff. Probably turn the camera around. Yeah. Let's see how the back looks now. Whew. All right. I think that's it for posing. That should be about it, dude. The front, yeah. So the front, some front stuff. Lats might be peeking a little bit on the front. All right, man. Good stuff. Really good session today. Felt good pretty much the whole time. A couple of improvements could be found, but I think we can debrief right here. Actually, let me put my clothes back on first. Though. I like this spot for the debrief. Right here, little ledge I can sit on. Like sit down and talk to you guys like this. You know, I feel like a parent like sitting down next to the kid after they've been punished, like they're in timeout, sitting on the stairs, there for the 10 minutes. Anyway, this isn't a punishment talk, but overall, let's talk about the lift first. Posterior, anterior, something I've been trying for the last couple weeks. I've really liked it. So just because, like I've mentioned with the meniscus, I think 2 leg days a week is a little bit of excessive, uh, like movement on it. Where you're doing both quads and hamstrings, there's a lot of knee stuff there, even as just just stabilizing your movements for hamstrings and stuff like that. So I thought if I broke it up, it would make a little more sense. I do enjoy leg training, and you should be training legs, but that's not what I'm trying to talk about here. The main thing that I want to talk about is I see a lot of people, especially with the whole winter arc thing kind of going on, like people are so into the gym. And like I know it's ironic for me to be saying, as someone who's got a weird looking mic on his head talking about and just filmed his whole workout in front of 100 people. But like there's a difference between doing a passion and it being your entire life. And I'm seeing a lot of people where the gym is becoming their only hobby. So, for example, if I go up to you and I say, "What's your hobby?" and you can only think of the gym, I don't think that'll take you very far in the gym, dude, to be honest. I understand when people say, it's an outlet, all that good stuff. That's awesome. But for me personally, I think you need to have more hobbies. I think your life will feel a lot more enriched and a lot fuller if you can say, yeah, I love the gym, but I also love this, and this. So, for example, I've been playing a lot of pickleball. Dude, I'm fucking with pickleball heavy. Been playing a lot of pickleball lately. That's a lot of fun. Following soccer frequently. I might start uploading some soccer stuff. We'll see. Maybe I want to see if I can combine gym and soccer, if that's possible. Maybe while I'm yapping, mention city game or whatever. We can talk about that if we want. But when your entire life revolves around how you look and how you perform in one specific aspect of your life, I can see how that might affect your life negatively. Whereas you're not always going to have a good lift. Like, yeah, you're not always going to have a good lift, dude. There's going to be, like, there's days where you'll have prepared well and you have a great lift. Or there'll be days where you prepare well and you just have a shitty lift. Like, so it's all about, there's so many different factors in how good your lifts are, man. The environment, what time you wake up, what time you're going, Did you eat a pre-workout meal? Do you have enough carbs in your system? Are you mentally prepared to push yourself close or to failure? Like, uh, are you on a time crunch? All that stuff can sort of factor into the stew of the gym. And if that goes bad, you don't really have anything else to be like, okay, yeah, the gym wasn't great today, but I've got pickleball later, or but I get to play my favorite video game later, or I'm hanging out with my friends later. I get to cook today. I've been liking that a lot. I've been doing a lot of cooking. I think that's a fun hobby. Um, so like what the moral would be spread like get yourself out there. Get yourself out there, try new things because you might find that you like it. You know, the gym is not just a place to work physically. It's also a place to work mentally. Like sometimes, I don't know. Look, moral of the story. Uh, moral of the story. Just yeah, get yourself out there, dude. Get yourself out there, try new things, have a couple of different hobbies, have things that you like. Relying on one thing will only get you so far. But yeah, then, man, that concludes a really nice posterior day. I'm trying to upload these maybe once a week because they do take a while, and I think I can't get to crunch all the time, and it's hard for me. I struggle to film at the college gym. It's just I think it's different from a commercial gym where it's like there's adults in here. Otherwise, it's just like a bunch of kids might not want to be on film. I don't know. I guess it's the same thing. I'll probably end up recording stuff there, but maybe only if push comes to shove. But anyway, we'll probably be home next week, so it won't really matter. There'll be a lot more listed back at the Giant Fitness. So yeah, man, that'll conclude today's posterior day. If you enjoyed, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Shout out to Jen Jim for the mic, which I totally forgot about today. Her socials will be in the description if I do not forget. I believe she has a coaching program, so if you'd like to be coached by her, give her a shout out, send her an email. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.